Hello guys, I've been busy hunting for a new car to film for my YouTube channel, and while there are lots of cars in transit, and I've got some neat stuff sitting here, occasionally I spot something local that I just can't ignore. Forester, out in its natural habitat. Let's see if it's open. Hi guys, what are you doing in here?
Waiting for soccer practice?
Where's your mommy?
She's shopping. Love it.
Oh, do you guys mind if we take the car for a spin?
Okay.
Okay. So this is what I found. It's a 2000 model Subaru Forester STB. I'll get into the differences between this Japanese domestic market version of the Forester and the one that we saw 15 to 20 years ago in North America. But for now, I'll say that it's a pretty fun car. They're cheap, they check a lot of boxes for me as a daily, like fitting kid seats. This version is nice and quick. It has Subaru's traction control and all-wheel drive. It also has Fuji Heavy Industries steel, which means that the domestic market versions have been fighting a war of attrition with rust and salt here, so we don't see that many on the road anymore. This Forester is badged an Aero spec, and you can see why. The skirts, the chin spoiler, spats, and spoiler are pretty obvious and all part of the OE kit. You'll notice a pretty good mixture of Subaru's other design cues in this model, from its WRX-like emphasized wheel arches to the fact that it looks like an Outback that got its proportions all askew. Inside the Forester, Subaru didn't want their buyers to get trapped in the paradox of choice. Rather than choosing between vinyl, leather, mock suede, or pattern upholstery, Subaru just gave you everything. They forgot wood trim though. I could have used some wood bezels in here. The trunk is cavernous, with the seats folded flat. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, buyers were screaming for space, and cars were starting to bloat. The Outback was Subaru's entry into the crossover market, and the biggest thing that they sold at the time. The back seat bench has armrests. I don't spend much time in the back seat, but I take the armrests to mean that it's comfortable in the rear for adults. I'll just see how much legroom it has. And yeah, plenty of legroom. This Forester in white sort of reminds me of the Michelin Man. Not the friendly one though. I'm thinking of the freak show bibendum that would scare the biscuits out of children a century ago. You see, this Forester is very strong and powerful in much the same way a sumo wrestler keeps his knees bent with a low center of gravity to maximize his explosive strength. And just like a sumo wrestler trying to knock the other guy out of the ring, the Forester does everything it can to keep its feet on the ground. In fact, the similarities between a sumo and a Forester were embraced by Subaru in more recent marketing campaigns. The Japanese Forester is so much more fun than a domestic version because it has an EJ20 turbo engine, the same engine found in a WRX. At 250 horsepower, it has almost 100 more horsepower than its competitors, the CR-V and RAV4 in the crossover market segment. Subaru in North America has two distinct reputations. There's the WRC pedigree and brand recognition for the rally and hoonigan buyers, but then there's the self-acknowledged reputation as an LGBT-friendly brand. The Zero Waste plant in Ohio, designated a wildlife reserve, the fact that it spends a fraction of the advertising dollars other car brands do. Both of these competing reputations date back to the 80s and are cultivated in discreet ways through sponsorship of various causes, and their fairly unique brand of self-effacing advertising. Subaru has the sort of brand allegiance other car companies can't seem to buy, and its clientele of devotees represent a very broad spectrum. This JDM Forester seems to bridge the gap between the frugal, thrifty buyer that wants value, safety, and to never get stuck in a snowstorm, and the hoonigan rally cult following that stuck with Subaru after pulling out of WRC competition. The JDM Forester is the meeting point of Subaru's two competing ideologies. You have a practical, well-built, well-equipped car that can handle bad weather. It's stunning value for money, but it incorporates their WRC success and packs a great turbo wallop that you don't expect on your way to kids' soccer practice. It's the best of both Subaru worlds. World Rally meets soccer parents. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks very much for watching.